The Zirak Dominion's War Council chamber rang with laughter. Their newest conquest was displayed in vivid detail across the hololithic table. The burning husks of Hadrian's Hope, a fledgling human colony on the edge of the Persian Arm. Its skies, once clear and blue, now choked with black fire and broken orbital habitats. The Zirak commanders called it a lesson. A warning to humanity: stay contained to your little blue sphere, or share the fate of those colonists. They had ordered the obliteration not out of necessity, but amusement. The Zirak were an old empire. Predators by design, they thrived on cruelty. For centuries, no foe had dared resist them. And so when the human colonists refused to pay tribute and bow, the Zirak unleashed their fleets, confident the so-called children of Sol would crumble like all the rest. Hadrian's Hope fell in a single day. Entire cities reduced to glass by orbital bombardment. Survivors, few as they were hunted down for sport. The Zirak soldiers recorded themselves laughing as they drove human families into fire, broadcasting the images back to Earth as a taunt. "Your blood is weak," one Zirak commander declared. "Your cries are sweet. Remember this mercy. We could have gone to your Earth itself." Their arrogance blinded them. They did not see that what they called mercy was nothing but a death sentence for their entire species. The Feast of Mockery, the Zirak Dominion, celebrated their victory across the stars. Their banquet halls filled with songs of triumph. Their fleets paraded in systems conquered long ago, broadcasting images of burning human colonies to their subjects as proof of their unchallenged supremacy. Humans, they mocked, think themselves builders, dreamers, explorers. They speak of peace. They hide behind treaties and words. They do not know the language of annihilation. They cannot even imagine it. The Zirak Emperor himself gave a speech before the Great Assembly. "Let Sol watch in silence. Let them bow their heads. They will do nothing. For what is Earth but a forgotten rock? What are humans but prey dressed in civilization's rags? They will wail, and then they will kneel." And the Zirak believed their own words. But in the cold silence beyond Sol, the humans were not kneeling. They were preparing. The silence before the storm Earth did not rage in haste. The Zirak expected fury, a reckless counterattack. They expected screams of vengeance hurled into the void. Instead, there was silence. The United Earth Council convened behind sealed doors. No threats were broadcast. No war was declared. To the galaxy, it appeared humanity had folded in grief. But in the shipyards of Luna, engines thundered without pause. On Mars, foundries lit the red sky as fleets were forged from steel and plasma. Around Jupiter's moons, black-armored leviathans awoke from their long dormancy. Ships so massive they had no civilian names, only designations whispered among soldiers. Retributors, eradicators, world breakers. From the Oort cloud came signals not heard for centuries. Old war codes, relics of Earth's forgotten arsenals, were activated. Entire moons split open, revealing hidden shipyards and caches of weapons the galaxy had never seen, never imagined. Human fleets went dark, silent, cold-running, vanishing into the abyss. To outsiders, it seemed humanity had done nothing. But those who watched closely, the smugglers, the spies, the neutral powers, reported one terrifying truth: Sol was awakening, and it was waiting. The shattering of illusions, the Zirak Dominion grew restless at the silence. Where were the threats? The begging? The pleas for mercy? They sent more raiding fleets, testing humanity's borders. Some never returned. Others limped back shattered, their commanders whispering about shadows in the dark, human ships that struck without warning and vanished like ghosts. But the Zirak dismissed these reports. They believed Earth could never match the Dominion's centuries of supremacy, until the day the humans spoke. A single transmission was broadcast across every frequency, reaching Zirak command worlds, colonies, fleets, and stations. The voice was calm, cold, human. "This is Earth. You slaughtered our children, burned our homes, mocked our grief. You believe we will forgive? You believe we will forget? You believe we are weak? You are wrong. Your empire will fall. Your fleets will burn. Your worlds will drown in fire. We do not come for tribute. We do not come for conquest. We come for justice. We come for revenge." The transmission ended with coordinates. Not Zirak-controlled worlds, Zirak homeworlds. The galaxy froze. The Zirak laughed at first. They said humans were bluffing, desperate for dignity. But then the stars themselves began to move. The unleashing of Earth. When humanity struck, it was not with anger. It was with precision. Cold, merciless, inevitable. Entire human armadas emerged from slipspace, blotting out skies. Fleets so vast they eclipsed suns. Their ships carried no ornate banners, no declarations. They came clad in black and steel, silent as judgment. The Zirek's first defensive fleet, 1,000 strong, engaged them near the system of Korith. It lasted less than an hour. The Zirak ships burned, their debris scattering like ash on solar winds. Survivors spoke of human weapons that defied comprehension, kinetic lances that split battleships in half, swarms of drones that moved like a living storm, planet-cracking beams that made even Zirak dreadnoughts seem fragile. Human soldiers descended on Zirak colonies. They did not pillage, they did not conquer. They moved with grim efficiency, evacuating the enslaved, executing Zirak officials, and then, without ceremony, erasing every military installation from orbit. It was not war. It was execution. The Zirak sent 20,000 ships to defend their coreward frontier. Humanity's response was a single fleet. The Zirak boasted of their numbers, their centuries of battle-hardened experience. They believed the humans would tire, but when the battle began, the Zirak realized numbers meant nothing. The human fleet fought with a precision born not of instinct, but of memory. Every shot calculated, every maneuver coldly perfect. Where Zirak ships flailed in arrogance, humans advanced with inevitability. In 3 hours, the Zirak fleet ceased to exist. The weight of Earth's rage. The Zirak's last hope was their throne world, a fortress world, shielded and armed with weapons vast enough to repel entire coalitions. The Zirak emperor declared it impenetrable. "Let the humans come," he sneered. "They will break against us as all have broken." The humans came, and they did not break. From orbit, humanity unleashed fury unseen in galactic history. Orbital strikes fell like divine hammers, each one cratering cities the size of continents. Zirak fleets in defense were torn apart before they could fire a shot, annihilated by weapons whose names the galaxy would never know. And then the ground war began. Human dropships descended like storms, black-armored soldiers emerging with weapons that howled like thunder. They did not fight for land. They did not fight for conquest. They fought to erase. The Zirak armies, once feared across 100 worlds, were cut down with a ruthlessness that broke even their own pride. The humans moved like shadows, merciless and unyielding. Entire divisions were slaughtered before they even saw their attackers. In the end, the Zirak emperor was dragged from his palace, not in chains, but in silence. The humans did not gloat. They did not speak. They simply ended him. And with his death, the Zirak dominion ceased to exist. Aftermath of silence. The war did not last years. It lasted weeks. The Zirak, once masters of cruelty, were unmade in less time than it had taken them to gloat about their victory at Hadrian's Hope. Their worlds burned. Their fleets lay scattered. Their name was struck from the galactic record, spoken only in whispers, and in that silence, the galaxy trembled. For what the Zirak had mocked, the galaxy now feared. Humanity had shown no hesitation, no restraint, no mercy. The survivors of the Zirak war spoke one truth, carried in terrified whispers across the stars. Do not provoke Earth. Do not harm their children. Do not test their patience, for their patience is vast, but their vengeance is infinite. And so the galaxy learned a new law, burned into memory by fire and blood. Earth's rage falls heavier than the weight of stars.